This is gonna be rough. Those cats are gonna be drooly to stay. Hi, I'm Abby.
And I'm Justin.
And we are the people behind the Heirloom Lady. So today we are going to answer some of your questions. This is gonna be rough.
So the first question is, where did the name the Heirloom Lady come from?
So the name the Heirloom Lady stems from the heirlooms that were given to me by my family members. It's the knowledge that I've learned from my grandparents and other family members and family friends and stuff like that throughout the years. So essentially what it's built on is this movement that's in our generation where people are starting to live simply, grow their own food, raise their own food, live a life of sustainability. And I realize that there are a lot of people that just don't know where to get started, some of the things that they can do. And fortunately for me, I grew up with that. So it wasn't just a movement for me, it was just a way of life. So, and I think that that's how it has been for our ancestors as well. It was just life. And it can be that way again. And I hope that through some of the things that I'm learning or that I already know and I'm sharing with you, that you can have those same things and pass those along to your family as well.
What can I do with my aloe plants that keep growing babies?
So I have the same issue with cactus, but thankfully aloe is a very useful plant. And I don't even know if you know this, but first, when you have a plant that reproduces or you're propagating a plant and you're growing more and you're overwhelmed, the best thing you can do is give them away as gifts. Put them in a cute pot. You could stamp the pot, have your kid decorate the pot, whatever it might be, and then just give it to somebody as a present. They're gonna love it because you put the care and the love and attention into growing that. And I think it's just a really cool thing to do. Aloe has so many amazing properties. I think everybody knows if you slice it open and rub it on a burn or a sunburn or a small abrasion or whatever it may be, that it has that very like cooling sensation, that it kind of cools that down. But aloe also can lower your cholesterol, stabilize your blood sugar. There's just so many different things that it can do. So you could actually slice your aloe leaf down the middle, take a sharp knife, scrape out the guts, put the guts in a blender, blend it all up, and it turns it into like a liquidy gel. And then you can just add a tablespoon of that to a glass of ice water, and your body will be able to reap the benefits of aloe.
What tool would you recommend as being essential to a newbie gardener?
I got really excited when somebody asked this question, and it was somebody that I don't know personally, so that makes it even better for me. It's kind of like in a kitchen, there aren't very many tools that you really need. To really truly run a successful kitchen, and even in a restaurant, I feel like any chef will tell you, have a good knife. And the same rule applies in the garden. So I would say the Hori Hori knife, which you can buy on Amazon. I'll include a link. But the Hori Hori knife is a wonderful tool because it's very versatile. There's so many different things that you can do with it. Mine's probably really dirty. But what I like about the Hori Hori is it can dig. It can cut bugs in half. It's got a 6-inch measurement on there so that if you have, if you're measuring, how many inches apart you're putting seeds or how deep a seed needs to be, you can do it that way. You can cut weeds with it. It's super sharp.
So like a lot of that fibrous stalks or something?
Yes, like the yucca or whatever that we're trying to get rid of. So it's just a great all-around tool, and it's just like so many different things in one, and that's why I think it's the perfect, for a beginner, it's the perfect tool.
So you would say that that's an essential gardening item?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Because you think about like, oh, buy a toolkit or whatever it may be, and there's like a ton of different things in there. And then I always end up finding myself using one of those things. And for me, this does it all. It digs holes, it digs up weeds, it
measures and saws.
Right. It's one thing that you. Plus, it comes with a cool like leather sheath.
How much are one of those cost about?
I think it's about $26.
No, so that's not expensive at all.
And it's well made.
Yeah.
So.
What vegetable do you find is the easiest to grow?
I have grown a lot of different vegetables, right? You've expanded your vegetable palette since you got with me, would you say?
Yeah.
So as far as easiest to grow, if you are starting out with your very first garden, my suggestion would be to start with a salsa garden. So your peppers, your tomatoes, and your onions. And they call it a salsa garden because it's all the stuff that goes into salsa, right? So, but they're all relatively easy to grow. Tomatoes, it can depend on the variety. But onions and peppers, they'll take off. They're really good and durable plants for the most part. So they can withstand the wind and the rain and all the elements and so forth. So plus you can use just the peppers, you can use just the onions, you can use just the tomatoes. So you're getting a salsa garden, but you're getting more out of it than just salsa.
So the next question is, are cats the only pets you have?
Are cats the only pets we have?
Right now they are.
Yeah, so right now cats are the only pets that we have. This is Gus. She's a year old, yes. She's named after my great-grandfather, and it's a girl. But right now we live in town, we're working on fixing up our first home. It's a fixer-upper for sure. And then we're hoping to get a farmette where we can have chickens and goats and hopefully some more cats. Right?
What veggie peeler do you recommend, and what's your favorite red lipstick? Also, what's your must-have in the kitchen? So let's break this down. 3 questions. We'll start with, what veggie peeler do you recommend?
Okay, so last year at Mother Earth News Fair, Justin and I walked up to a booth where there was a girl that was like loud and laughing and having fun with the crowd. And when we worked our way through, all she was doing was peeling vegetables. And she had this incredible vegetable peeler. It's a Swiss stainless steel vegetable peeler. It has a carbon blade. It stays sharp for forever. It is amazing. It's like the simplest thing on the planet. I don't know how well they can see, but it's the simplest thing on the planet. And it's just a great little tool. It's super easy to use. I would recommend it to anyone. We bought a package of 2. This is the straight bladed one that's just for like peeling carrots or whatever, zucchini and potatoes and whatever it is that you need. But there's another one that is like a more serrated, which you could make zoodles out with even. Mm-hmm. We'll include a link for these guys too.
The next question within the question is, what's your favorite red lipstick?
Okay, so my favorite red lipstick I keep at my desk at work, because whenever I need a boost of self-confidence, or if I'm going into like a really difficult meeting with somebody that's important or intimidating, red lipstick is like my girl power. So that's how I brave through scary situations. So that's always at my desk. However, what I'm wearing right now is called S'mores, and it is Lime Life by Alcone. I get it from my friend Sarah. She is a rep. I love the product. I use all lip colors by Lime Life. It's paraben-free, phthalate-free, harsh chemical-free. It lasts forever. It's got minimal transfer, so when you're smooching on your smoochy, you won't leave a lot of whatever on their little faces. So it's good stuff. I get it from my friend Sarah. She's a rep. And my favorite red, because there are a couple different shades, is Candy Apple. Because I'm pale and I feel like it looks good on my skin tone.
You get a lot of compliments on it.
I do.
Also, what's your must-have in the kitchen?
So my must-have in the kitchen is always going to be a really good knife. It's just like in the garden, like I explained earlier. If you have a good knife, you can do anything in the kitchen. However, the one thing that you can't do in the kitchen with a knife is preserve your leftover food or cover up your leftover food. So we have been working very hard to get rid of stuff that's not sustainable, that produces excess waste. So we don't use paper towels anymore, so on and so forth. So that's where bees wrap comes in. And it's a more sustainable way to preserve your food. You can wrap up lemons, you can put in sandwiches, loaves of bread, whatever it can be, cover bowls, put it over greens, whatever.
So it's a replacement for plastic wrap.
Yes, it is an alternative to using plastic wrap. So it's made in Vermont, it's made in the United States. Like I said, it's basically beeswax on some like cloth style stuff. I am going to do more in the future on this so that people can learn more and actually see how we use it. So you can look forward to that in the future.
What are your favorite herbs to grow?
So my favorite herbs to grow are thyme, lavender, parsley, and basil. I like to grow herbs that I can use year round. I use lavender for my tea. I use thyme for tea.
Tea time.
Funny. I also grow peppermint and spearmint and use that for my tea. So for someone who's just getting started in gardening, my biggest suggestion to you is if you want to have herbs, grow the stuff that you use the most because they typically take off and produce a lot. And so if you're going to be preserving it, whether you're freezing it or drying it or whatever it may be, do the stuff that you use the most so it gets you through the year. Another suggestion is think about what you've gone to the grocery store to grab as far as herbs go and that hasn't been there, because I know that my sister, she uses cilantro a lot.
We use a lot of cilantro too.
And every single time she goes to our local grocery store, they never have cilantro. And I know that sometimes it's regional, it's seasonal, whatever it may be. If it's something that you use all the time, I highly suggest growing those things.
This looks to be the last question. People want to know, what can we expect in the second year?
So I think the best way to answer this question is to start by saying thank you so much for following along. I cannot believe it has been a year. We have a lot to show for the past year. We've accomplished a lot. We have learned a lot together. It forces us to work together and like make videos and do photos and all that stuff. So thank you to you for all of your help. That means a lot to me. And you're really helping me make my dream come true.
That's what husbands do.
So what to expect in the second year? I have big dreams for the Heirloom Lady, like huge dreams. For the second year, we would like to focus on doing more videos. And I know that was another question that somebody had asked. So I wanted to kind of encompass some more answers into this. So we're gonna plan to do some more videos. We want to do some product reviews. I'm looking into doing more partnerships with local artisans and family and friends that have something cool that they want to share with the world. So if you know of anyone or want to partner with us, please feel free to touch base with us. We are also planning to have some fun items for you to purchase. So just little stuff. You can look forward to those things coming soon. But we're really, really excited about it. And I think we're gonna do some really cool stuff. I am going to provide links to the Hori Hori knife, the Swiss Veggie Peeler, and the bees wrap. And if you are interested in my lip colors, because I know I think I wear a different one in every single blog, let me know and I can hook you up with my friend Sarah. Anything else you'd like to add about what's coming in our second year, Justin?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Abby. Maybe or maybe not some more outdoor content.
You can go to theheirloomlady.com. I think there's a linky thingy over here. If you're on YouTube, there's a linky thingy here. and you can like it, you can share it with your friends and your family, and anybody that you really care about is who you should be sharing it with. Otherwise, check us out on social media at the Heirloom Lady on Instagram and Facebook. What was that?
I'm pointing to the icons.
Oh, icons.
No, there's the Instagram.
I thought I was the
There.
icon.
Thank you everyone for tuning in and taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Heirloom Lady here on YouTube, and follow along on her blog, and yeah, just reach out if you have any questions, and thanks again so much.
Thank you.